Good evening and welcome to Grandma's Attic Review. As you can see, I am not Grandma, I am not Dot Ames, I am Kelly Roadway Hadjic, otherwise known as Concert Kelly. I'm filling in for Grandma this evening because Grandma's off enjoying the sunshine. Have fun. So this evening, I really suggest that grab yourself a nice hot cup of cocoa, curl up with your blanket, sit on your couch. If you have a fire, I suggest make a fire, get that whole ambiance going, because I have some beautiful music for you this evening from Bergin O'Malley. And Bergin O'Malley is from Stonington, Connecticut, and she's going to grace you with some lovely, lovely music, stories of her life, and it's going to be the road traveled. There's going to be some joy, there's going to be some strife, there's going to be some death, but in the end, it's all about life. So, having said that, I introduce Bergin O'Malley.
Got more wrinkles now than I've ever had. Did I somehow think it wouldn't happen to me? From a lifetime of laughter and of feeling sad. Proof it's enough to just be. And I wouldn't want to wash a single memory away. Every line has become a part of me. Carry in my heart and on my face to see. The temperature's dropped as I watch the sunrise. It can't always be a summer day, and the beauty of it all still takes me by surprise. May I always feel this way, and I wouldn't want to wash a single memory away. From the highest tide to the coldest heartache, every line has become a part of me. Carry in my heart and on my face to see. Sometimes the load we're carrying can feel so heavy. We can't forget that we can put it down. Sometimes the future can feel so scary. We can't forget that all we really have is now. I've got more wrinkles now than I've ever had. If I'm lucky, there'll be more on the way. 'Cause even a hard day really ain't that bad. How grateful
Thank you for having me here today. I'm so excited to be here. So excited that shows like this exist supporting local artists. So thank you. Thank you for filling in. And thank you to Dot. Thank you to Josie Davis for putting me in touch. I met her at the Singer-Songwriter Night in Mystic, which is a great monthly gathering for us. So yeah, I'm going to play some songs I've written, some songs about love, loss, the ups and downs. That one I just wrote last week. I thought I was going to write about something else, and then I caught my reflection in the glass in the photograph in front of me and noticed the wrinkles, and that's the song that came out. Sometimes you can't choose what you're going to write about. This next one I wrote last fall when I was going through kind of a tough time. I was figuring out some big life decisions, and there was like a sadness, and I realized it was just because I wanted to call my mom and like get her take on what I should do. And she passed away almost 5 years ago on Christmas. And so I realized, okay, I can't call my mom, but I've got Mother Nature. I've got this beautiful book I was reading by Anne Lamott called Bird by Bird. And I've got myself and my own mothering instincts to trust. So, so I tapped into that. But losing a parent is such a particular and profound loss. So I just sending love to everyone out there. And luckily, though, your mother's voice, or for better or worse, your mother's voice does get stuck in your head for life. So she is still there. This is called Bird by Bird.
I was feeling kinda down the other day, and I couldn't figure out just why. People try to find the right words to say, it didn't help, but they did try. I went for a walk and then I took a cold swim. I tried to turn myself around. I went real quiet and I looked within, and then I figured it out. There was nothing wrong. I was just missing my mom. I hadn't heard her voice in so very long. I closed my eyes and imagined what I would want to hear if I could call her up, if I could have her near. She'd say, take it bird by bird, just take it one breath at a time. Just write it word by word. Don't worry about the rhythm or rhyme. It'll come with time. Honey, you'll be just fine. Oh, give it time. Honey, you're doing just fine. Oh, you're doing fine. Even though I'm grown and a mother too, I can still feel like a child. I wonder if there's others out there who feel a little lost in the wild. Got all these things I gotta figure out, and I thought all that was done. I've been so sure, but now I got doubts, and I just wanna talk to someone. There was nothing wrong. I was just missing my mom. Hadn't heard her voice in so very long. I closed my eyes and imagined, oh, what I would wanna hear if I could call her up, if I could have her near. She'd say, take it bird by bird, just take it one breath at a time. Just write it word by word. Don't worry about the rhythm or rhyme. It'll come with time. Honey, you'll be just fine. Oh, give it time. Honey, you're doing just fine. The smell of the honeysuckle soothes, and the bird song at sunrise. The sway is starting to shift and move, but grief always gets you by surprise. Oh. Bird by bird, word by word. Don't worry about the rhythm or rhyme, it'll come with time. Honey, you'll be just fine. I'll give you time. Honey, you're doing just fine. Oh, you're doing fine. Oh, you're doing just fine. You're doing just fine.
Thank you. We are. Everybody is. We are.
Kind of made me miss my mom. Well, not kind of.
Moms. Here's to the moms.
Yeah.
This one kind of song to like the mystery of what brings people together. It's a title track of my last album called Somebody.
I don't know you, you don't know me, but let's get together. I don't know how it's true, but just looking at you, life's looking better. I've been feeling kinda scared to put myself out there, feeling so unprepared, and I hope that you don't care. It's just when I saw you walk across that room, I just knew I had to talk to you. So where are you from? What do you do? Do you have any pets? Let's skip small talk. Just get right down to love, lost joy, and regrets. I've been feeling kinda scared to put myself out there, feeling so unprepared, and now I just don't care. And when I saw you walk across that room, I just knew I had to talk to you. It just seems like everybody's got somebody. I wanna be somebody too. And I know that you don't know me, but my heart is true. My heart is true. My heart is true. So what do you think? Two peas in a pod, or do opposites attract? 'Cause I'm new at this thing, I've been looking around, but now I don't wanna look back. I've been feeling kinda scared to put myself out there, feeling so unprepared, and now I just don't care. And when I saw you walk across that room, I just knew I had to talk to you. It just seems like everybody's got somebody. I wanna be somebody too. And I know that you don't know me, but my heart is true. My heart is true. My heart is true. I wanna be somebody too. I wanna be somebody to you.
Thank you. See, see, it's not all death. It's not all death. Thanks. It's really fun. This one on the album's really fun because it's like guitars and drums, and it's like a real. Hmm? Yeah. Yeah, it came. It was. Yeah. 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 It's funny. Yeah, I wrote it when I was not looking for anybody too, so it's funny. Like it just got. Yeah, they hit differently, different stages of life that you're in. So now we're gonna go back down again. That's, I know, it's the journey, you know. Yeah, and this one, this is just when something hard happens and like when words are said and a relationship changes or something, whether it's at a big macro level in a country or in your personal, interpersonal relationships, and it's like, how do you get back to the place you used to be? And you just kind of can't. But I think if you trust your heart and lead with love, then it'll just take you somewhere else. So this is called The Heart Knows.
How do you fix something that's broken? Go back to a place that's no longer there. Take back words that have been spoken. How do you do that with great care? How do you mend a broken heart? With all of these pieces, where do you start? How do you learn to love again when you feel you're in pieces, like it's the end? But the heart knows how to heal. The heart knows what is real. The heart knows how to be whole, to put herself back together, stronger than you know, stronger than you know, stronger than you know. So trust your heart and the voice in your head. Clear out all the noise, follow them instead. They'll take you to places you don't yet know. Give you wings to fly, room to grow. Take their hand and let them lead the way to where you need to be. You're not there today. It won't be easy, it won't be quick, but we can do hard things. We were made for this. We were made for this. How do you fix something that's broken? Go back to a place that's no longer there. Take back words that have been spoken. How do you do that? With great care. How do you mend a broken heart? With all of these pieces, where do you start? How do you learn to love again when you feel you're in pieces, like it's the end? But the heart knows how to heal. The heart knows what is real. The heart knows how to be whole, to put herself back together, stronger than you know. She's stronger than you know, stronger than you know, stronger than you know.
Here's to letting love lead when it always gets us to the right place. So this one I wrote, I kind of was channeling this Americana, like pioneer voice that isn't usually the voice that I write in. And I always pictured a mandolin or banjo with it. And I did get to perform with my cousin with the mandolin a couple months ago, and it was a rockin' time. But again, you just got little old me today. But this is called Dear Henry.
Dear Henry, I wrote a letter to you, my dear goodbye. I may not find no better, but at least I've gotta try. So take my land and home and call them your own, for I have many seas to swim and many miles to roam. Dear Henry, I have no regret from the day that we met. You treated me kind, and that's hard to find, but true love I haven't had yet. So take my land and home and call them your own, for I have many seas to swim and many miles to roam. Who knows what I will see? Who knows what I will be? But if you ever think of me, hold me in your heart. I did not bear you a child, my spirit's too free, too wild. But if that's in your heart, I hope when we part that you find a nice girl for a while. So take my land and home and call them your own, for I have many seas to swim and many miles to roam.
Americana song. Thank you. So I think I got 3 left. Good on time, hopefully. Okay. All right, and actually, this song is called "Stop Time," so right on message. This one I wrote, just when you're in a hard thing, and you'd rather not be in the hard thing, and it's kind of like my time traveler song. I wish I could be a time traveler. Until I realized that would just be another thing. And then that would be like, I've got no more bandwidth. The idea of controlling space and time would be just a stress I really don't need in my life right now. So, yeah. But seriously, and then, and then also the point of the hard thing, you just got to get through the hard thing. And wishing it was something else doesn't help it, and actually makes it harder. And I can't think of a hard thing I've been through that hasn't brought me to another side and taught me a wonderful lesson. So I think there's always beauty even when you are in the hard thing, and it's just remembering the duality of all that. And in our meditation practice and our Buddhist Sangha, the first noble truth is like suffering is universal, and it's just part of the human experience. And it's when we kind of try and speed it up or ignore it that things actually get harder. So this is about wanting to stop time, I don't actually want to.
I think when I was younger, I thought time it would just move forward. One day it would be over, and I knew it would begin again. But as I'm getting older, I see time as a sorcerer. She can speed up, she can slow down. even when there's pain, there is always love. And there might be obstacles in our way, but we are where we are today. So if I can stop time, well, I've got this moment and I'll be fine. That the road isn't clear, oh, I know I can't stop time, but I've got this moment and I'll see where I go from here. See where I go from here. See where I go from here.
Yeah, just seeing where we go. Oh, yeah, it's kind of the only, because the other option. Exactly, it's not. Anyway, oh, this is another time one. So I don't know if anyone has ever woken up in the middle of the night with, what it's, yeah, you go to bed thinking everything is fine, and then it's 3 a.m. for me. It's like that's the witching hour where 3 a.m. strikes, and all of a sudden, all the world is just crumbling, and every decision is wrong. And usually I do sleep really well. So actually, when I am waking up, it is a very specific, targeted thing. And this is last year it happened, and I was like, I just wish someone could sing me a lullaby right now. And I realized I can sing my own lullaby since I'm a singer and a songwriter. So I wrote this for myself and then for anyone else who's kind of feeling anxious in the middle of the night. It's a lullaby to just remind us everything is okay, and it's always better in the morning. Don't believe those thoughts in the middle of the night, because they're not always true. It's called 3 in the morning.
What is it about 3 in the morning where suddenly I'm wide awake and everything is so daunting? Every life choice a mistake. I worry about things like money and how much more I should earn. I wonder if I'm even funny, and if I will ever learn. I'll go over and over again in my head what I could have done, what I could have said. I feel silly and small, then full of fear and what I need to hear is sleep, dear, close your eyes. Everything is okay. Sleep, dear, sleep until sunrise, where you get to greet a new day. You are safe, you are loved, and you're in your own bed. You're thoughtful and kind, and you've got a good head. It's not all figured out, but it's not meant to be, don't you see? Now just go back to sleep. Now just go back to sleep. What is it about 3 in the morning where I cannot quiet my mind? I wake up from sleep without warning. It seems cruel and unkind, and everything is so scary, like it never is in the day. What is it about the
Great
So at this time, I think if you could join me for a little interview. And if you don't mind me putting this on you. Well, I think they're asking us to do one more.
Should I do one more?
Yeah, well, sure. Let's do one more. I think we will do one more.
Okay.
I misunderstood.
Yeah, I actually just had one more.
Excellent.
Should we do upbeat or? I'll do the funeral.
Sure, no.
However you're feeling.
This is upbeat.
All right.
This is an upbeat. Well, this one, so actually one of my beloved friends was at his friend's father's funeral, and I was like, how was it? And he's like, it was great. He's like, actually, I feel so bad because there was so much laughter there. And I said, well, I hope there's lots of laughter at my funeral. And he said, I think you're going to write a song about that. And I said, yes, I will. So,
There we go.
So this is Grateful for This Life. I hope there's lots of laughter at my funeral. There's food and dance and music and it's a good time. When folks think of me, I hope they do so lovingly. They feel the love I leave behind. 'Cause God knows I love this life. Even with the sorrow, the stress and the strife, I treasure the sunsets. I wait to watch them rise. I let go of regret to welcome in surprise. Oh, I'm grateful for this life. Some lives are long and some are short. You don't get to choose. There's mess and there's magic along the way. When my day does come, I'll go but won't be done. 'Cause there's always more music to be made. God knows I love this life. Even with the sorrow, the stress and the strife, I treasure the sunsets. I wait to watch sunrise. I let go of regret to welcome in surprise. Oh, I'm grateful for this life. And death is hard for those of us left behind. But really it's sad for those who had to go. So while we are still here, even with worry and fear, let's let love lead and kindness show. God knows I love this life. Even with the sorrow, the stress and the strife, I treasure the sunsets. I wait to watch sunrise. I let go of regret to welcome in surprise. Oh, I'm grateful for this life. I hope there's lots of laughter at my funeral. And it's okay too if there is crying. 'Cause that's where the beauty lies. Between the laughter and the cries, we feel most alive when we're dying. God knows I love this life. Even with the sorrow, the stress and the strife, I treasure the sunsets. I wait to watch sunrise. I let go of regret to welcome in surprise. Oh,
Well, I have to say your music I can relate to just about every song, and actually a couple of them brought a little tear to my eye. So thank you for letting me feel that. You know, it's such a privilege, you know, to feel somebody's music and actually feel their words and understand them. I'm sure that must make you feel
It does. No,
quite wonderful
thank
as
you.
well.
That does mean so much to me, and it's yeah, it's different. I think I've always written songs since I was a small child, and I kind of didn't really care about putting it out there as much, and it was just kind of my form of journaling, getting feelings out, and then I think now when I do write a song, it's like it's always coming from an authentic place in my experience, but I just hope some of the words or a melody will just like land in someone's heart, and if they can feel that they can connect to that, then it just, I don't know, it makes everything less scary too. And like we're just like the human experience really is just kind of pretty universal.
Right. And it is scary at times when people think life is perfect for everybody. It's not there. And if people are perceiving that fact that life is perfect, then don't believe everything you say.
No, and it's like I was saying my thing about like the mess and magic of life, and I actually have that lyric in that last song. Like it just, but that is where the beauty is. It is with the ups and the downs, and then just, I don't know, living the full human experience is just a real gift. And you know, loss and heartache just teaches us to like what the beauty of like loving someone is. And so it's just, I don't know, it's all good.
Well, the more you hurt,
You know,
unfortunately, that goes with love.
Yeah. So yeah, and I feel like with my songs, yeah, it's just it's really special to hear that you that it resonated with you. So if that's I'm like, I always say to my kids, I'm like, if one person feels moved by a song I've put out there, then you know, yeah. So
well, words are very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they can, for good and bad. You know, we can, as you know. And do you have any writing in the future?
Yeah, I'm actually, well, my goal for next year is actually to kind of stop writing as much. I've been so prolific the last couple years.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have to go to songwriter retreats and really carve out space to write, especially when my sons are now 11 and 13, but when they were young, and it was kind of, those mothering years were very challenging to find space. And I just realized I wasn't prioritizing my art, and the last couple of years I'm just kind of living in a way where art is coming more easily, but I've realized I've written probably 200 songs in like the last several years, and now I'm in the, okay, let's actually try and put that together. And my last album from 2018 always feels like just many lifetimes ago. So I'd love to do that. And I also have these 2 children's albums that I did with my beloved singing partner, Melissa Haith. They're called Sing and Play Together. And we released those 10 years ago, but we didn't really do much with them too. I perform locally, but I want to kind of just try and get those out because they're like really joyful.
I really think that would be a really important thing to do with children, because you really don't see, well, I don't know of any children workshops where people can bring their children or like to the library and to see a performance. Is that something that you would like to do in the future?
Yeah, and hopefully I used to do shows at we've done shows at Lugaro Center in Stonington, and hopefully we'll do that again this summer in the Green if they want us back. And you know, when you said that my music, you had some tears in some of the songs, my brother used to say that I should buy the URL imakepeoplecry.com because the ends of my grown-up shows, people are crying a lot of the time. But when I do the children's music, those shows, oh my God, it's just
energy, dancing
and smiles, and some of the parents are crying, but the kids, it's just like belly laughs, and like that, that's just, it's such a different experience. So I kind of want more of that. And you know, and in the children's songwriting, we're writing about families and what they we're writing about routines. We're writing about trying new things. We're talking about liking people, being kind to people. Like we're kind of doing big themes that actually I do write about in my grown-up music, but in a way that's accessible to kids, and it's fun, it's catchy, it's upbeat. It's just a different like energy, and it's really. And I just feel like right now, the world just feels very dark. And,
Well,
you know,
yes, we are coming out of dark times, and everybody's just starting to come out of their caves and actually starting to enjoy the sunlight on their faces again and just smile again.
Yeah.
So to bring joy into the world is very important right now.
Yeah, and I was talking to my friend, and we were kind of talking about it, that it almost felt, kind of like frivolous before. You know, it's just like, oh, we should be doing, real things. And now I'm like, there's like nothing more important
That is very real.
than bringing joy and giving people space to feel.
Right.
So there's a different. I just feel I feel a very different energy about what I want to do with the music now, and I want to get it out there.
I almost feel like you should be going into the schools and playing.
I did. I used to do. I love like 3 to 5 is my wheelhouse, and those. Oh God! And actually, I was just babysitting for my friend's kid 2 days ago, watching her, and I was like, let's write a song, and she just said this thing. She's like, the grass grows up, up, up in the sky, and she's like, the sun goes up and down, but the grass goes up. So I was like, okay, all right. The grass grows up, 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 up in the sky. Do, do. The sun goes up, the sun goes down, the moon goes up, and it goes all around. But the grass grows up, 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 up in the sky. And she just, the kids, it just flows out of them, and they just have these ideas. No idea is stupid. They don't censor themselves, and they're just pointing out these things. I used to do songwriting at the community center in Stonington too, at the Como, and I just loved it. So I haven't done it in a while, and I do want to go back to that. And
I think it's your calling.
Yeah, so
I
I'm
think
putting
it's
it
your
out there
calling.
now.
I think you really should, because I worked with 3 and 4 year olds, and so it was just a blast because there was no holds barred, and we could be silly and as silly as we wanted, and so I think you really should.
Yeah.
But I also love your adult music as well.
Yeah, and even today I was like, oh, should I do the kids' music? I was like, no, and actually, especially for today, the energy, I'm glad I did that. But I think, there's different sides of me. I'm also a photographer, so I have kind of that side of me, and then
You're a busy lady.
I am, and I also work for the James Merrill House in Stonington, running the writing program there, and so I.
Wonderful. So if somebody was looking for your music or where you were playing, where would they go for that?
So I have a website, berginomallyart.com, and then my music I post pretty frequently on Instagram. My kids were telling me, Mom, you have to be on TikTok, because that's where everyone is. So my Emmett actually set me up with a TikTok account, but I haven't really figured out how to.
Children's songs.
Yeah.
Children's songs on TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok, and so I'm learning. So next year you're gonna see me everywhere next year.
Wonderful.
But for right now, at Bergin O'Malley Music, and at Bergin O'Malley Photos. But the kind of main thing is the berginomallyart.com, and I do. It was kind of a cocoon year this year, and a lot of change and a lot of inward stuff. And next year, I'm kind of ready for.
Well, that means growth as well.
Yes.
A lot of people don't understand that you have to go through hard times and darkness and kind of hang out there for a little while to start to emerge from the darkness and feel better.
Yeah.
It's healing. It's just, and now it is winter time.
Yes.
Winter is upon us, and that's what we're supposed to do. And
it's fine. I do an end of year video. I used to love doing Christmas cards, and then 14 years ago I started doing end of year video, and I love kind of thinking about what the theme is for the year, and I write a little story about our family, and I was looking at the pictures in this year, and I was like, there isn't some kind of neat theme this year. There's no linear. I was like, I think it was just. It was just moments. It was a lot of moments, and there was a lot of things that happened that I didn't even realize were moments of growth. But where I am today versus the beginning of this year, it's just, I feel like I'm in a whole other body and brain, and it's really wild, what can happen in a year, and things that you decide. And I think too, this year was the first year where I decided to make changes, versus before it was just things happening to me.
Right, right.
You know, when you're gonna, and this year I was like, okay, what do I want to actually, what are the steps I want to take? And yeah, it's been, I'm kind of ready to say goodbye to this year.
I think many of us are.
I'm like,
we want to
okay,
bring on
it
the
was-
new year
yeah.
and new prosperity
Yeah.
and new renewal.
Yes.
Time for renewal.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about, most people don't realize how much they do get done. And if they just wrote it down, no matter what that little thing is, and just put it in a jar, and you see that jar fill up. So people shouldn't be as hard on themselves
I know.
as we all are.
I know. It's just, it's like, yeah, showing. I always say to my friends and I'm like, would you ever, it's like, talk to yourself the way you would talk to the most like beloved and special friend. Because that's like who we are. And if we're not caring for ourselves and loving ourselves and showing compassion, and then it's just hard for us to give that to anyone else. So I think, yeah, everyone's just doing the best they can. And
Well, thank you, Bergin, very much for gracing us with your
Thank you
beautiful,
for having me.
beautiful music. And hopefully we'll see you again.
yeah, I love that.
So at this time, we're going to wrap it up.
Okay.
And do we wrap it up to a song?
Should I do one more song for the? Okay. All right.
If I just close my eyes, could I stop time? If I just lay my head one more moment on this bed, could I find a way so that we could stay and hold on to now? Is there room in my head for all I have in my heart? 'Cause I don't wanna forget what this feels like when we part. Could I find a way so that we could stay and hold on to now? 'Cause I don't wanna go back to what I've known. You can't cut a flower when she's still growing. I don't wanna go back to what I've been. Could I stay? Could I stay with you? And if I just close my eyes, could I stop time? If I just lay my head one more moment on this bed, could I find a way so that